Hello everybody. I thought I'd come on and say hello. Me and my little doggies here. Destiny, is you pretty girl? Kiss, kiss. This is my Destiny. You darling, kiss, kiss. Say hello everybody. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. So we've come on today to say how are you, and we just wanted to hopefully give you some hope when things are feeling a bit down. You know, sometimes we need to, just really look forward to something, and I think it's important. My daughter came to me today with some issues and, feeling a bit down. And I was in a position, because my work doesn't restrict me. It's all online now mainly. And if you can keep liking and subscribing, I can keep it that way so I can be there, for my daughter when she does need me. And, navigating this thing called life. So I'm really helping her, believe in herself. And this is what I really want, really, is that she does, She does go through some difficult times. And I have been there once upon a time. And I do enjoy to teach her that she can get out the other side. It can be very difficult, but one step at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month at a time, and being able to put in your diary things that you enjoy. So that's, I have a thing now with my daughter that every 4 to 6 weeks we're going on a mini break. Friday night to Monday morning, because we both don't have to work till in the early evening, unless of course she's got other things going on that meets her attention. Sometimes we can have a Monday off, so we could have a Friday and a Saturday night away and a Sunday night away. Or if she has got things on that Monday to do, as she is studying hard, then we can do just the Friday and the Saturday, so 2 or 3 nights. And I've noticed when last time I booked 3 nights away, I ended up getting 1 free. It was the same price as a 2-nighter when I played around, with the dates and everything. So yeah, it was really good. So so I've said to her, now we really need to have things to look forward to. Today we couldn't get away, but she needed to get away for a bit. So she came to the doctor's with me, and then we just went on a random drive to Petworth House, one of National Trust, and we had an ice cream there, a chat, a walk, a talk, the sunshine. We laughed, we looked at nature, tree trunks, river, some art that was there in the grounds, some pillars that one means spiritual and the other side means physical. So life is for living and giving. Sometimes you can't always get away, but you can get away in that moment. If you need to take an hour, 2 hours, take it. Life demands a lot of us, and it's really hard when you've got so many responsibilities. It's hard enough being responsible for yourself, let alone other people. But today was good. Today started with my daughter feeling really down, and it's ended up with her feeling really uplifted. So just get out for a walk or so. We've made a plan. We're going to go for a walk with the dogs now and up our game, for a bit longer. Rather than a 30-minute walk, we're going to try an hour walk. because I need to lose some weight, she doesn't, but it's still good to exercise for your well-being. So yeah, I said to her though today we need to book somewhere else, and I think if you book it in advance you get it cheaper. Not always, sometimes you can do a last minute thing, can't you, and it's just amazing. But I'm going to start looking now, see if I can get any deals, and just get away in 3 or 4 weeks or 5 or 6 weeks and just have that something to look forward to, because it's quite a busy week for both of us, and I think that's what it is. It demands a lot of you, then you just need to wind down completely. And I like places that can take my little doggy. We were in Wales last weekend. We took baby with us. She was good as gold. Came on the boats to see the dolphins. Went on a boat trip, an hour boat trip. That was only £16 per person. Dogs are free. And you go for an hour. And then we saw dolphins. We actually saw, last time I went, I didn't see any last year, but today with my daughter, because I didn't go with my daughter last time, and that was such a shame. That was really a devastation to me. Long story there. It was the end of a relationship for me. But my daughter and I did get to go last weekend, and we saw not just dolphins, we saw a mum dolphin with her calf baby dolphin coming up together, silhouetting in the ocean, and it was within the first 10 minutes. So that for me was just really spiritual. So yeah, I'm working really hard on that relationship with my daughter, and things seem to be working really well. And I've got some good news. My daughter came to the doctors with me this morning, actually, and she doesn't normally do anything like that with me. Anyway, we were going to see if we could get to see a doctor for her, but anyway, she ended up having a consultation on the phone while we were out for our walk. And they had to check my kidneys because I got fatty liver, because partly my weight, but mainly because about sort of around 3 or 4 years ago I started drinking slowly. I wasn't alcoholic, but I could have been if I didn't nip it in the bud. To cut a long story short, I won't go into it. You know, one glass a week, or ended up to be 1 glass every other day, then 2 glasses every other day, then half a bottle every other day, and then half a bottle every day of the week, and you're supposed to have like 3 days without alcohol in a week, 14 units in a week, and having 3 days in a row without doing anything. So I was gradually going up, and then I joined Slimming World, and they said there's so much sugar in wine. So I ended up having, I got into ooh vodka, if you've heard of that, all the watermelon, mango, pineapple, nice, but not every day. So I was having sort of 2, 3, maybe 4 glasses. Not every night, probably more so the 4 glasses sort of Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But every day then having 1 or 2, it wasn't good. So I nipped that in the bud 2 years ago now. And I make sure sometimes I go a week, sometimes a month without drinking. And I only have just a bit, and I might have 3 or 4 glasses, but that's it then. Or I might mix it with sparkly water and have a spritzer. But I measure. Also, the other thing is, you don't realise when you pour in the spirits in, I got a proper measuring thing from Ooh Vodka. It came with me, and like one side, it's like an egg timer. One side is single, the other side is double. So when I put the double in, I thought, oh my gosh, I must have been putting in like triple doubles. So it's very important to watch that intake, because it's very easy how it can creep up, and monitor that for your health. So yeah, so I do have that. I haven't had any for a long time. I've just ordered some now for the summer, because they were doing a deal where it worked out £10 a bottle, which was wonderful. I might sell some or give some as gifts. But there's a couple there. Probably I'll have one left for Christmas. That sort of festive bit, but yeah, I'm very careful now. I mean, I've got the leaflet here, and it clearly says here. So anyway, it was good news. My thing had come down from last time, and I'm not in the immediate danger. So you have 2 scores, one orange, one blue. So on my blue one, I was a little bit high and got up to 400. I was about 320, and really you should be about 275, I think she said. It goes from 0 to 275, but 275 is like the highest you should be. But I was 320, but it wasn't 400. But then you've got the orange numbers. That's the one, that's the real problem, where you can't reverse it. The blue ones you can. So I can reverse this by carrying on losing weight, because it's not just alcohol, it's fat and sugar. And I've been diagnosed with diabetes the last sort of 8 months or so. So I'm taking metformin, but I can reverse that as well. So I'm working hard. So I've just got the ProteinSlim.com milkshakes, and got a bundled with a deal with 2 shakers and that, and I'm gonna do it. I'm yeah, up my exercise, join back, I don't know, swim, gym a bit, and then, but this, yeah, it just clearly says, you know, so I'm gonna stock up on your 5 a day, you know, common sense. I'm gonna cut out oil and butter, which I've been doing anyway. I'm a bit of a sucker for a brown sugar in my coffee, but I can drink coffee without. Don't have any sugar in my tea, and I won't put sugar on cereal. So I haven't even bought white sugar for 3 or 4 years now. I do have brown sugar, and that's, God, I like buy a packet a year, if that. I think my brown sugar's been there 2 years, and I'm, you know, so I'm not too bad on those things. And I'm on skimmed milk, things like that. Either olive butter, which I use very sparingly. I do like the slightly salted butter, and I do have that as a treat, but I don't slather it on. I just have a little bit. Sometimes you just can't beat a bit of cold toast and slightly salted butter, right, guys? But you have got the option there of buying the lighter one. But here, where was I reading it? I was reading it. Oh, yeah. Here you go. Drink no more than 14 units a week. Drink no more than 14 units a week. So 1 glass of wine is 2.5 units. A single spirit is 1 unit. And spread your drinking over several days, not every day of the week. So you have 2 to 3 days without alcohol every week, and it's best that they're next to each other, so consistently. But I'd do 3 or 4 days for me, and even a week, sometimes 2 weeks. As I say, I've gone a month without 1 drink. There's times, honestly. So I've worked really hard. Yeah, so, you know, you've got to look after your health. So I'm doing that. So I hope that's helped somebody. I really do. I've been drinking super malt, but the less sugar one they do now. They do it in Morrison's, the bigger supermarkets. So super malts are like B12 vitamins, and they're really good for you, and they're like a non-alcoholic beverage. They're a bit like a beer, but more of a malty taste, and they're gassy, like fizzy, and they're ever so good for you. So I kind of, you know, if I want a treat, I have that. Or I just get fruit and barley squash, which is good for you. And I think it's the Robinsons. They've done a fruit and barley now with added vitamins. And I just get sparkly water, and I just have that. Or I have a sugar-free, like Zero Coke, but I also go for the caffeine-free Coke. So no caffeine, no sugar. Yeah. So, you know, it's just moderation. So I've got to be an example to my daughter. So that's it. Destiny, should we say bye? Say bye. Bye to everybody. She's like, yeah, whatever. So, yeah. So. Life is good. Life is what you make it, innit? Sweet pea. Tiny tot. What are you looking at? What's that? She's such a good girl. She's such a good girl. Yeah. Such a good girl. Don't want to say bye to everybody. Doesn't he? Bye. What's this? Yeah, we'll say bye. Bye.